What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's about 5:30 here in the morning. I kind of want to sleep on this video and compose my thoughts for it. I did up 2 to 3 hours of testing Galactic Republic last night, trying to see what I could do with them in Arena, and I tweeted this out last night, and pretty much there's a few things for sure that I've learned so far, and the first big one is that Galactic Republic is not going to be any kind of arena meta now or probably anytime soon. There's no real consistent lead that gives them an advantage over something like Darth Revan, but you can use them to defeat Emperor Palpatine teams, but Palpatine teams are pretty much going to be a thing of the past here, and that ties into number 2. Malik and Galactic Republic teams, they're very easy to defeat Emperor Palpatine teams with those two teams. So Emperor Palpatine is pretty much going to go away. And then the Zeta on Ahsoka, I did Zeta her first out of her and General Kenobi, and I have to say that if you do want to be able to defeat Darth Revan teams, you gotta have the Zeta. It's pretty much required because the constant assist from her will allow her basic to constantly dispel. You pretty much have to have the Zeta so that she can constantly get rid of the taunt on Sith Trooper, and that allows you to target other characters. And number 4, you actually can use Galactic Republic teams to defeat Darth Revan, but this is very sketchy. It relies on some interesting mechanics, and overall I don't think it's going to be viable for Arena. You could make an argument for something like Grand Arena or Territory Wars, but I don't think that you are going to be able to defeat them in the Arena very often. It's just not good enough. So the question is, what did I do with the Galactic Republic team? Well, last night I put out a video talking about how to fill out your Galactic Republic faction to really fill out this Jedi trio and really help make it work. And someone in the comments section said I was sleeping on the Grand Master Yoda Zeta Lead. Now, I had Zeta'd this back when he got his first rework. I thought it was going to be pretty awesome. And then, like, literally the next day, that's when Bastila Shan was released. And yeah, her lead was superior in pretty much every way. But the Zeta on Grand Master Yoda here, it gives you the bonus tenacity on Jedi allies, and then when they resist debuffs, they gain turn meter, crit chance up, and crit damage up, and when they suffer a debuff, they gain tenacity up. This team actually, with this leadership, yeah, Emperor Palpatine teams get run over, and I was actually able to use this to defeat Darth Revan teams if Darth Malik was not present. And this is the big thing: if Darth Malik is on the team, you're not going to be able to win. You can't use the constant dispels from Ahsoka, because then she'll get fear from Darth Malik with his Zeta. It's just not at all possible. So let's go through videos of what I had last night. I actually tried out quite a few things. I was able to win against CLS teams as well. Traya teams just completely trashed the Grand Master Yoda teams, not surprising. Darth Revan I could win, and I could also easily lose against Darth Revan. So I mean, it's kind of a crapshoot, and it really depends on how you have Grand Master Yoda modded. Now, Grand Master Yoda does have a higher base speed than Darth Revan. Darth Revan has 166, Grand Master Yoda has 169. So if you can get Grand Master Yoda faster than Darth Revan, then you actually have a chance of winning, and that is the big problem, is that you're not really going to be able to get it's not really viable to have Yoda be faster than Revan, because Revan's just a better character overall, so you're going to have better speed mods on Darth Revan, and that is why I think Arena's just not going to work too well. It's just not a viable team. But if you do get crazy and you're able to outspeed that Darth Revan in some weird fashion, this team can actually shut it down pretty easily. So let's go ahead and start with Emperor Palpatine. I mean, your basic Emperor Palpatine squad, it's gonna wipe out the team pretty easily. So we had Battle Meditation at the start, Ahsoka moves, she dispels a taunt, and right there at the beginning, we have the fear from Bastila. And this is the big thing, is that this team's also not modded very well. Darth Revan should be going before Bastila, but that didn't happen, and what's going to happen here is you have all the fear debuffs get resisted by the Grand Master Yoda led team, and this just causes my entire team to pretty much move first. So we'll get the AoE here, and look at those numbers. So this is actually something I found that was really quite interesting, is right now, Jedi Knight Anakin, he is a monster, especially once you let his unique proc. So right now, you can easily destroy an Emperor Palpatine-led team. It's not even close. There you go, Darth Revan's gone. And at this point, dispel the taunt again on Sith Trooper, and you just systematically pick off the entire enemy team. It's really just too easy. So Emperor Palpatine teams, they're really not viable pretty much anywhere. I mean, they can easily be crushed by anything, and you can already defeat them with Bastila teams as well. So I'm not advocating that you put the Zeta on Grand Master Yoda and his leadership, because Bastila Shan already does the same thing here, and it's nothing really new. We'll talk a little bit more about that Yoda thing anyways, because there are some questions there about how well he works anyways. But yeah, Emperor Palpatine teams, no surprise, they get crushed. Now, the real trick comes in from when you can defeat Darth Revan team, and this is where the speed from Yoda at the start becomes very important. So you're going to get Battle Meditation out right away from Grand Master Yoda, and then you're going to get feared on the entire team because, you know, Darth Revan's faster. He'll put fear on the enemy team because he's designed to target the leader with insanity. So your whole team gets feared, but then because of the tenacity up, Fallen Bastila's debuffs do not stick, and that is going to be important. And that allows us to go ahead and start working through Sith Trooper. We'll go ahead and dispel him here, and then we'll start picking off the enemy team. Now, overall, this is not your ideal Darth Revan team because, you know, obviously Darth Malak would be here instead. And this is something I mentioned earlier. Here we go. Look at that damage. Yeah, so right here we had the unique proc on Anakin because of Death Mark falling below 50% health. And look at that damage. 50,000 on pretty much everybody, 60,000 on Sith Trooper. Sith Trooper's pretty much gone. At this point, I was able to turn the tables in my favor. Once I start losing characters and having Anakin's unique proc, that means that he was able to turn into this just absolute monster and just wreck the entire enemy team. So, go ahead and keep working on this team. There you go. So, HK-47 used his snipe ability and got rid of General Kenobi. Now watch Anakin's basic here. It didn't actually crit there because, you know, there was the crit avoidance on HK-47 because of the Jedi characters. But if you didn't see it just now, look at that. 82,000 on the basic with Anakin. This is something I'm gonna pretty much stress. Anakin right now, if you do not kill him, he is going to punish you. If you start picking off other characters on his team, this is what you're going to start finding. And this is pretty much a PSA of you better focus down Anakin or else you're going to get destroyed. So this is the kind of thing that you really got to go for Anakin over everybody else. We'll go ahead, get some maybe some more buffs here. Or actually we'll just go ahead and take out Darth Revan. You can see that, 58k. And yeah, I didn't finish this battle because this is while people were trying to climb, and I didn't want to knock people down while they're trying to climb for their payout. So some of these battles I did not finish. So you are able to win against Darth Revan, but it comes with a caveat that Grand Master Yoda has to be faster and be able to resist the debuffs from Bastila. And that is why I don't think it's really a viable counter just yet for Arena or for Darth Revan, because it requires really good modding, and there's still some RNG factors there, and yeah, I'm not really keen on thinking that this team is going to be that good yet. Now, against CLS, this is another one. So against the CLS team, the big thing you don't want to do is use AoE attacks. Now, Grandmaster Yoda's AoE cannot be countered, but Anakin's AoE can, and that's going to be the thing here. Don't use his AoE unless you have most of the team destroyed. So, right here, we lost R2-D2 pretty quickly, but that's going to be okay because I can use that to my advantage and still be able to use the pure burst damage of a CLS team. I can use that to my advantage by fueling the damage on Anakin. So we'll go ahead and we'll steal some buffs here, and we'll slowly work our way through Chewie and try to get him out. And you can see Chewie's not taking a lot of damage from this team, but that is because you're not really getting any kind of boost to offense with the Grand Master Yoda team. Unless he has crit chance and crit damage, which he does not, you're not going to be able to really win. So we'll go ahead and keep working our way through Chewbacca. Once we can get Chewbacca done and out of here, we should be able to win. Now you can see I was able to get protection up on General Kenobi, and this is actually going to make him quite tanky here because he can use this to his advantage. So he's going to take a bit longer to die, and we'll go ahead and just keep working away at this team. There we go. We lost General Kenobi, and then I used the AoE, and look at how much damage that team took from that. So at some point, you are able to use that AoE. Once you get rid of Chewie, that is when things will really turn in your favor. It's just a matter of getting through Chewie, and that's the tricky part. Now, you are able to use the tenacity up from Yoda to resist the exposes from CLS, and once you get rid of Chewie, then focus down CLS and focus down Han. At that point, it's pretty easy. There's no real challenge here. Again, I didn't finish this battle because this guy was trying to climb. Overall, against the meta, not really a solid one, can beat certain teams like CLS, and if you can somehow get Yoda faster than Darth Revan, then yeah, you can win. But the big problem here is that Grand Master Yoda is a central figure for your Jedi Knight Revan teams, and that's the big problem, is that a lot of people are going to use Yoda with their Revan teams because that's just easier to go for, and how many people are actually going to Zeta the leadership for Yoda? This is not a Zeta I recommend, and this is the problem, is this is right now the best leadership for a Republic team, and it's just not one that I can recommend. It's not really viable. It's just a waste of Zetas for the most part, because I mean, you can use other teams to win against those teams, and cool, you can win against Emperor Palpatine. You can already do that with a Basilisk Shawn lead as well. So right now, Galactic Republic, and I stressed this in my previous video as well, it's pretty much going to be a Grand Arena Territory War team. I don't think it's going to be the meta in Arena. I think it could be possibly an anti-meta team, but right now we're also missing characters too, because I think Padme is going to be coming. Carrie had hinted on Twitter that Padme was going to be bringing the Zeta for Anakin as well. So there is pretty much still parts of this team that are missing, but I'm not quite sure it's going to be enough to make Galactic Republic any sort of arena meta team. So do keep that in mind as you're working on Galactic Republic. This is not going to be something that will change the meta. It's not really something that you should invest in unless you have the resources for it and you have your Darth Revan team set in a pretty good spot. Then you can work on Galactic Republic. Right now, I like Galactic Republic, but I don't think that it's something that you should really truly invest in unless you have the resources, just like General Grievous. This is another Grievous kind of team where it's pretty much engineered for Territory Wars and Grand Arena, and it could be a very strong defensive team. Got some prospects of defensive teams that we're going to try out tonight, hopefully, and I should hopefully get that video out to you guys in the next couple of days. But right now, do not focus on Galactic Republic for Arena. It's just a waste of your time. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I do need to get dressed for work and start going. I'll get this video edited and hopefully out to you all this morning. Pretty much just my impressions of Galactic Republic so far. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of the Republic faction? What do you think about this rework with the Jedi trio? Right now, I love the rework. I think Ahsoka's crazy good now with the rework. And Anakin and General Kenobi with her filled in, that team will get some really good kills and should be pretty solid overall. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. As always, I will talk to you guys later.